What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, a little less than a week ago, the DICE developers came out with a new blog post talking about the future of Battlefield 2042. Now, I gotta say, what they said might have seemed positive to a lot of individuals, and I also made a video about that, blog post where I ranted as well. But the more I see things on social media and the more opinions I hear from other individuals, I'm just sadly coming to the conclusion that no matter what DICE tries to do, I'm just positive they give zero craps about Battlefield 2042. The developers behind the scenes have said they have pretty much all hands on deck right now. But in all reality, I guarantee that is not going to last much longer. And in my personal opinion, if they had all hands on deck, there should not just be one map releasing within Battlefield 2042 for Season 1. Am I wrong or am I right? I mean, if they have 300 plus employees, which everybody, who always defends DICE for some strange reason, everybody who's always defending them says, well, they have all these employees and each team is on a specific type of thing that they have to work on. So it's not like all 300 developers are just, frantically running around. Trust me, it's not like that. It's not that bad. Each team has their own thing that they're, mainly focused on. Well, this is what I have to say. If they each have their own thing to focus on, then what is the map team doing right now? If there is a set group of individuals who are all working on map design in Battlefield 2042, what is happening? They know for a fact, any normal human being, they don't even have to be a fan of video games, just any person who is a consumer could purchase this game for $6, hop into the experience, see that the game has absolutely no content, and then hearing the news that it's only going to get one map after they postponed Season 1 months and months and months. I mean, what, levels like 7+ months? They postponed Season 1, and they're only going to be releasing one map within that time period. And DICE shows absolutely no shame. I mean, someone went over on the, I believe this is like the EA board or something like that, their blog. I don't know where this is from. It's one of the EA DICE pages. But someone actually put the saying, did Ryan say at 155, the Season 1 map or Season 1 maps? I heard map without S. If they have the balls to just bring one map with Season 1, after 9 months of working on new content, then we can declare this game to be dead, with or without a server browser. And they actually responded to this. They didn't even just bother ignoring it. If this were me personally and I was in this situation and I knew I was screwing over the community, I knew I was pissing off the people who are buying my product, the last thing I would want to do is respond and agree with this individual. But they go ahead and say, I can confirm that in the video we are talking about the Season 1 map, singular. They are so open with it right now. They're so open with it. It's like they know their game is dying every single day. Every day that goes by, less and less players are playing Battlefield 2042. There is more players ditching this game to go back and play Battlefield 5. Yes, one of the most hated Battlefield games ever made. And I'm not going to say, everybody hates it, because I know there's a certain crowd out there who enjoy Battlefield 5, and I'm not trying to, make you feel ashamed or anything of that sort, but I'm just saying, from every Battlefield game ever made, I would say it's either between Hardline and Battlefield 5. Tied for the worst Battlefield game ever made. And I personally enjoyed Hardline. So for me personally, it's Battlefield 5. And more people are choosing to play that over 2042. Which was supposed to be our savior, our game that was supposed to represent Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, some of the most iconic games ever made in the history of Battlefield. People have been begging you to bring us back to either near futuristic or modern day. They were getting tired of the old school games. Yet here we are, and more people are still playing World War II games just to get away from Battlefield 2042. That's how bad it is. And for a fact from the community's feedback that there's not enough content. So for all this time that you have postponed Season 1, and for all of these months, the 7 to 9 months of the community complaining every day, saying there's not enough maps in rotation, and you got all of that extra time, what were you doing? Again, every Battlefield 2042 defender out there says, well, they're all working on their own things. So, they're not stressed by trying to work on everything. Well, doesn't that mean they should be able to produce more content? If the only thing that these set developers need to worry about is map design, then in 9 months, a map design team should easily, and when I say easily, I mean easily be able to make more than one map to bring it into Battlefield. Isn't that a little suspicious to you? From a development team that says they still have all hands on deck. Their whole development team of 300 plus people are still working on Battlefield 2042. Isn't it suspicious that after 9 months, they're still only able to produce one map for Season 1? Now, this might be a EA thing. EA might say, well, we only have a set amount of seasons, and you're only allowed to release a set amount of maps each season. Certain things are above the developer's payroll. But do you want to know the reason why I don't think it's EA's issue, and it really does just come down to DICE not wanting to develop Battlefield 2042 anymore? This post right here. Every single Battlefield 2042 season was supposed to have a specialist, 2 new maps, 2 new portal maps, has its own updates, story-driven, 6 to 8 new weapons for each mode, 2 to 3 new vehicles for each mode, and 100 season tiers. But now, after we just learned from the developers, we're only going to have, the same one specialist, but again, who cares about that? Nobody even wants specialists in the game. We just want the class system. 1 map, not 2, only 1 new map coming in each season, which, took 9 months to introduce. 2 portal maps completely stripped now. We have absolutely no clue when they're going to go ahead and introduce more portal content, which is kind of sad because that should be the number one thing that they are working on is remastering more maps to put into this game. But yeah, portal, scrapped, has its own completely scrapped, 6 to 8 new weapons, psych, just normal weapons, because the majority of the new weapons that we're going to be seeing within Season 1 is just going to be the weapons that are already in Portal. Yes, all the gadgets, all the weapons, all the skin, everything that's already in Portal, they are just going to put that into All-Out Warfare to make up for the lack of content that they're going to release within Season 1, to make it seem like it's a lot, when in all reality, it's not. They're just balancing out what's already in the game across all the game modes. Then, like I said, 2 to 3 new vehicles. Obviously, it's not going to be any new vehicles. Like they said in this post, jet skis or boats are probably going to be what we see instead of all the new badass helicopters, badass jets, and all these cool vehicles that have been data mined for months now. And then, of course, the 100 season tiers, whatever, it's just the battle pass system. I don't care about that. What I care about is the maps, the weapons, the content that we don't have within this game. But this just hurts so much, especially when you go back and look at past games like Battlefield 4, for example. I mean, just look at this. Look at this. The base maps, what is that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? 10 base maps at launch. 2 months after, you get 4 more. Another 2 months after, you get what? Another 4 more? A month after, another 4? And then obviously, July, November, you gotta wait a little bit longer for those maps to come out. But again, it was to pace them out because Battlefield didn't release every single year. You gotta keep people interested without blowing through all your content. But still, these first 3-4 updates came so consecutively in Battlefield 4 and released so much content compared to what we get nowadays. Now, this can be blamed on live service. Though Battlefield 2042 is a different story, it's a mix of live service and it's a mix of incompetence. Those two together make for just a disaster. But live service has been haunting Battlefield for ages now. It seems like other games are slowly starting to get a grasp on live service and find that nice medium ground. Fortnite is truly the game that set off this live service trend. But they have done it perfectly since day one. It's a free-to-play game. They get tons of battle passes, tons of content. With all honesty, even though I don't enjoy that game, if I did enjoy it, I can see myself spending cash in it because the development team deserves the cash for making that product. Call of Duty, on the other hand, they're slowly enhancing. The live service method was horrifying in the beginning. Modern Warfare 2019 released with, 6 maps? Black Ops Cold War, this is around the same number, Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War were not complete experiences when it came to content until almost a half a year after launch. It took that long just to get a normal amount of maps into the actual game. But it seems third time is the charm for Call of Duty, and they were finally able to nail this live service model. Now all they need is just a good game to back it up as well. But when it comes to Battlefield, this is the third product they have pushed out with a live service model that has completely flopped. Battlefield 1, horrifying with no content. Battlefield 5, horrifying with no content. Battlefield 2042 is worse than both of them combined. Not only was this game completely postponed for Season 1, but they're also releasing the same amount of content with no additional rewards for us waiting 9 months. I hate to say it because I gotta say, having free maps is amazing for the community. It doesn't split the player base. But it might just be better to go back to paid DLC. We might actually see a normal flow of content if they know they're going to get paid for doing so. Because anytime they have to do work for free, the development teams never seem to be happy, and we never get a normal amount of content. I mean, it's been proven time and time again. Third time in a row, yeah, I just can't get tricked anymore. Like I said, Call of Duty fixed it up for the third time. That was the last chance. They saved it. Battlefield, they slipped up for the last try. I don't know what the future is going to look, but ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Bums, I hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content over, subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, on chat me, this too is do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch, link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.